Hey everyone, what's up? Thanks for joining me. This is Nathan. This is my training log here where I'm just putting up all my work I'm putting in the gym. So yeah, I'm running Conjugate. This is my second week. Put up week one last week, of course. So yeah, let's go ahead and check it out and get into the commentary. All right, so here is my max effort lower day. I was doing transformer bar in the front squat position. I think I got up to 255. I'm not sure. Don't have my notes here. So, love the transformer bar. This really felt great. My legs felt, in my body position just like a front squat, but doesn't feel exactly like a front squat because there's not a bar crushing your throat and collarbones. And then there's something about that barbell front squat that can't be replicated. But this does a fantastic job and is a lot easier on the shoulders and elbows and wrists, of course. All right, and then I'll back down for some volume work. It is sets of 8 here. About 75% of whatever that number was. Yeah, it moved pretty well. I think I did 3 sets of 8 here. I'm just showing you the one set, of course, for brevity. And yeah, that went pretty well. Talking about brevity, this is a long set. Yeah, it was pretty taxing. Those volume sets are really where a lot of the more tiring part of these max effort days are, at least for me. That top set, working up to that top set is, it's tough, but it's relatively manageable. The volume sets are where most of the work gets in. So I was feeling that a lot in my quads. So for my accessory work, I decided to focus more on my glutes. With some hip thrusts. I'm pretty new to these. I mean, I've done them in the past before, but typically body weight or single legs. I haven't really done them with hence a very little weight. More really just finding the groove. And then I did a giant set consisting of some just body weight rear lunges here. I think I did 8 to 12 per leg, higher reps for sure. I did these Landmine rows. I know them as Meadows rows, where you're standing perpendicular to the bar. I know them from John Meadows and Mountain Dog Training. Yeah, really great for targeting the upper back. And yes, I work the upper back with lower body days because upper back is used in everything. And then some core work here, just these banded rotations, anti-rotations. Really great work, similar in a way to landmine twists, but a little bit more dynamic and explosive, I think. Alright, going to the next day was my max effort upper, and I did a super high incline press, like 75-80 degrees. More targeting shoulders, which are vitally important for all pressing. And I have about 140 here for a set of 5. Pretty challenging. I used to do this one a lot. It used to be one of my primary overhead pressing movements, and I'm just getting back and just decided to give it a shot. And of course, supersetting with pull-ups. So this is the back down set here. Not a whole lot. I think I have the 25s on there, so 95 pounds, 95 or 100 pounds. Again, the volume work, where a lot of the muscle building happens. Getting stronger in that plane of motion. So for my accessory work, I did these landmine presses. Now these, I agree that they're a really great exercise. I myself have a hard time with them finding good positioning. I still do them. I think the kneeling positions may be a little better for me just because of my height. Just getting the proper pressing angle. But yeah, they still work well. And I was really liking the pull-ups that day. So I kept rolling with them as my back exercise. And then I messed around doing some super maximal work on these, some overload. Y'all know I'm a fan of emphasize eccentrics and slow eccentrics. And doing some overload, heavier than you can do on normal weights is a great way to help emphasize that even further. Just another way to attack the muscles. Now I was doing 8 pounds here, which no, I can't just press up. And then I went into my giant set here. I did some core work, leg tucks on the incline bench, and then I didn't record it, but I just lowered it each set for the easier angle. This is the highest incline I could start at, and then just lowered it down until I was just doing flat leg raises. And then giant set after that, I moved into some close grip push-ups. I don't necessarily like diamond push-ups. They're a little tough on my shoulders. But these close grip still target the triceps very well. Emphasizing all the bend, as much of the bend in the arm as you can, or at the elbow, I should say, and less at the shoulder, and less movement in the shoulder blades. Trying to put as much emphasis on the arms as you can. So along with that, I did some straight arm lat pull downs here, which are really great for getting a good pump in the lats, especially going slow on the eccentrics. And the last exercise in that giant set were face pulls, which I like to do multiple angles. These are high, mid, and low. So I think I did 3 rounds of that giant set. So next up is my dynamic effort lower days here. I did Bandit Squats. I opted to try the barbell. How to do the barbell. So this is my first set. I'm going to show first set and a random set in the middle, and then my last set. And it was really more just a gauge. I've been using the transformer bar primarily, and I was just kind of scratching an itch of using the straight bar again and see how it feels. For the most part, it felt really good, except for in my shoulders and elbows. I was really feeling it. My shoulders and elbows were pretty achy, and they were definitely saying, hey, you need to go back to the transformer bar, man. And then if you watched last week, you remember at this point when I moved on to my deadlifts, I was really struggling with that, just mentally mostly. Physically, they felt, they felt heavier than they should, but mentally I was having a hard time getting into it. So what I did here is I said, all right, I'm not going to go above this certain weight, which was 185, and I was going to do maybe 1 or 2 more jumps working up to that weight. And I gotta say, definitely felt a lot better. It might not have been the weight that was getting to me last week, but I wanted to make sure that wasn't the case. So for my accessory work, I decided to do some bodyweight leg giant set. So here's some Nordic hamstring curls, which are probably the hardest thing you could do for your hamstrings. Obviously I can't do them just unsupported. I have to use my hands. And then here's some bodyweight. It's like leg extensions. Now this is a bad angle, but I do have a lean back going on. The goal is to be able to go all the way down to the ground. And that, where I'm at right now, is kind of like a hybrid kneeling squat and extension. So you saw there, I also did some calf raises with good eccentric and stretch. And then after that, I just did some full range of motion split squats, going deep, emphasizing as much, just going as far as I can on the mobility. So here's my dynamic effort upper day, hitting that low incline bench, my primary movement. So I have the same weight on the bar as last week, but I increased the bands to the black bands. The total resistance at the top is higher. And at the bottom is the same as last week, but it always felt like more weight. So supersetting with pull-ups, as I like to do here. So that was my first set, random. This is the random set in the middle. it's going pretty well. And for these, I was, for my pull-ups, I like to alternate grips. I did close grip chin-ups here. Last one, I think, was regular set, and I also do wide grip pull-ups too. And alright, this is my last set, and the bands were just a little tricky to get used to at first, but it was really manageable, really easy to focus on the speed and the power aspect of the lift, which is what these days are all about, right? So this was my last set. Decided to do a long eccentric on this last pull-up I was doing. So here's some T-bar rows. I love these. I feel these in the back like no other movement I've got right now. So you'll see me do them a lot. And this superset specifically, I've been a fan of lately with the band resisted push-ups. I was going a little too fast there, just kind of falling in the push-up, and then you saw me slow down a bit, focus on lowering myself down a bit more, make it more challenging. And then my giant set after that, we did the face pulls here, again, different positions, high, middle, low. And then after that, did some overhead triceps. I tend to do push down as like my go-to default more often, so decided to do overhead instead. And then just kind of like a high row, kind of, like that high row machine, but instead with some bands. Felt pretty good. And then for my last set, I did eccentric emphasis, as you know I like to do, so going slow as you're letting the weight pull you down. This is a really good one. The triceps, it was a little trickier with the face pulls, but you feel it really well in the triceps and this exercise. It also works really well with straight arm lat pull downs. So this one was pretty good too. This high row, I guess you would call it. All right. Yeah, that was it. Thanks for watching. Feel free, if you like it, then like it. Feel free to share your thoughts below. And there's more to come. So if you want to stay involved, you can hit subscribe. That would all be great. That'd be all awesome. So that's it. Thanks for joining me and watching my training, and look forward to more. See you later.